Hello and welcome to draft number 12 here at Tier Zero Gaming with Mike, and I am joined today by Lewis. Welcome back, Lewis.
Hello, everybody.
So you've been following along. You've seen some of our highs, some of our lows.
Yeah, the last one I was here for wasn't that great. We had a million Eldrazi repurposers.
Yeah, we didn't draw very well in that one, but that's okay. We've
That was
trophied
about it.
twice since then.
The last one was kind of insane. I want to say it was like a Boros kind of
Flage deck?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, the Flage deck was sweet. All right, so popping into this pack, what do we got? White Orchid Phantom is fine. Emperor of Bones is a sweet card. Galvanic Discharge and Marionette Apprentice. And then, reasonable cards, but we're not going to first pick them. Things like Pyro Surfer, Expanding Ooze. Emperor Bones is just sweet. Like, this card is really cool. Passing the Marionette Apprentice is not ideal when you're taking, like, a good black card.
Yeah.
But still probably fine. Now we have, we get past more black cards, which, to be fair, is very common in these drafts. Black tends to be a relatively open color. So we've got Consuming Corruption versus Fel the Profane. And I haven't focused in on black. I also know that black is a color that you can kind of stay in and cut off pretty easily because people tend not to want to be in black.
Yeah.
So we kind of took the Consuming Corruption hoping that we could do that and over the Fel the Profane and then get past a pack with no black cards at all. So
yeah, it's kind of rough.
Never mind, I guess. Guess I wish I had the Fel the Profane.
Honestly, I think Fel the Profane might have been the better pick because Consuming Corruption being double black and requires you to be in a black deck, I think it may have had a better chance of wheeling.
Yeah. That's probably true. Like I said, we were just hoping to try to do a thing that we hadn't done previously.
Right.
Another pack with no real black cards to speak of. The Ondu Knotmaster is there. If we had taken the Static Prison over the Serum Visionary a second ago, then the Ondu Knotmaster suddenly looks like a pretty reasonable pickup. But we took a Serum Visionary. There is a Sink into Stupor, which is a pretty excellent card.
Hopefully that's what we're taking this one.
I
Right?
have to assume so, but we'll see what past me thought. I guess there's a non-zero chance I take this Transmigrant, but probably not. Oh,
No,
we're eyeballing it. Oh, we're taking a Transmigrant. All right. So we're well, again, we have that Consuming Corruption. If we can be black, we kind of just want to be. I don't know. This feels like two picks where we just kind of threw away modal dual-faced cards that we should have had, but, it is what it is. We move on. That said, I'm not upset to have the Transmigrant. That card tends to work out fine, grabbing the Eviscerator's Insight immediately after grabbing a Transmigrant.
Yeah, the Insight with the Transmigrant is definitely good, and Transmigrant can lead to some grindy games, which black tends to have, so...
Yeah. So here we have, Brain Surge, if we want to take another blue card. There's the Indebted Spirit, which I don't think is particularly good. Brain Surge, also... So the blue-black deck is the Draw 3 deck.
Yep.
So having cards like the Brain Surge and the Eviscerator's Insight, even if we don't have any of the payoffs just yet, the Sneaky Snackers, the Mindless Corruptions or Conscriptions? What's the Conscription?
I think it's correct.
What?
Now
the thing that amasses. Any of the Draw 3 payoffs.
Right.
We already have two ways of doing that. Glasswing Grace is a pretty easy pickup here. We have Glasswing Grace number 2, Brain Surge number 2. Yeah, I like the Glasswing Grace. So we did wind up picking up some of these modal dual-faced lands, even if we passed the Fel the Profane and the Sink into Stupor. So, could be worse.
Yeah, the Glasswing Graces are definitely good pickups for
We wield the Spymaster's Vault.
for any black deck. Hopefully,
That's 4 red cards.
in the next couple packs, the way it's looking, some sneaky snackers would be good.
Yeah, Sneaky Snacker would be great. We're still hoping for some bomb rares, but, you take what you can
Sure.
get. So this Guardian of the Forgotten, I don't really want in my deck. There's a Sneaky Snacker, but there's also a Genku. And Genku is a really, really good rare. We've also already taken the double Glasswing Grace.
Yeah, so it's easy to play.
It's like before we even take a first landscape that can cast this card, it's a little bit of a splash. It does make the Consuming Corruption worse. Like, the more colors we play, the worse the thing that cares about our swamps gets.
It's true.
And again, I already wished that was a Fel the Profane like 3 picks later, so.
I don't know. Genku is really good. I don't know how I feel about pick wanting a sneaky snacker, but the direction that you're in, I think it may have actually been the better pick.
I'm taking that Genku 10 times out of 10.
That's fair.
So Terramander here over, like, if we are splashing white, we don't really want a bunch of white cards, though I suppose we could be splashing blue rather than white. Here's an Arnikenarud, and we're already sitting in Esper colors. So, like, this is kind of a no-brainer to me.
Yeah.
We're sitting in Esper, we already want to be splashing either white or blue, whichever. And here we go. So, this card, for anybody that needs to read along with me here, Ward, discard a card, flying lifelink 4/4 for 5 mana. Whenever a modified creature you control attacks, for each counter or aura attached to it, it's not just auras, right? It also makes copies of equipment.
Yeah, I believe so.
Here's a Chthonian Nightmare, too.
Okay. One of the best black cards in this.
Anyway, so Arnikenarud doubles the things that are attached.
Right.
So it makes a token copy. So if you have a bestowed creature, it'll make a token copy of that bestowed creature. If you have +1/+1 counters, it'll double them, or any other kind of counter, shield counters included. So Arna can get really out of hand really fast. Here's a second Spymaster's Vault, but there's also a Drossclaw, which normally I wouldn't care very much about Drossclaw. But again, with this Arnikenarud,
right,
if you attack with that germ, it creates a copy of the modification, which is the Drossclaw, which then creates another germ.
Yeah. Which is kind of gross.
Yeah. So here we have Triton Wave Crasher versus Drossclaw.
We ended up taking the Spy Vault.
We definitely took the Spymaster's Vault. Like, the second Spymaster's Vault is pretty great. The Sneaky Snacker Wheels.
Okay.
So we're gonna grab this.
So we get it anyway.
Yeah. So realistically, what we have to do is figure out what the splash is. That Guardian of the Forgotten, we're probably not splashing for.
No, I think I take the Gargoyle here for sure.
Well, we take the Gargoyle, but I don't know if we want to play it. For my mind, at least at the moment, we are trying to be blue-black with a white splash. So Guardian gone. We have the Glasswing Graces, we have the Arnikenarud, and we have the Genku.
Okay.
So the Graces can be a land regardless. Here's the Esper landscape, which we're going to take over a Deem Inferior.
Rip Deem Inferior.
Yeah, but like we
Card's
really
so
want to.
No, I know you need to fix your mana. It made sense, but
we're not going to splash the Brea.
But
we are going to take this Doggo.
But Brea.
But Doggo.
What else have we got here? The Depth Defiler is really good.
Yeah, Depth Defiler is really good. Wither and Bloom is really good. Tune the Narrative is playable, but not really what we're looking for in this particular case.
If we're splashing the white, though, I don't know how I feel about picking up the doggo there. Makes your mana worse, theoretically.
Yeah, but you don't need to play the doggo on turn 2. That's the bit.
True.
So here's a pigeon. I'm going to take the pigeon over most things.
I can't.
It's a pigeon.
Yeah. Every time.
Yeah.
You call it a pigeon, it just makes me laugh. I can't. Can't not laugh. I don't know what else to say.
Laugh away.
The 1-drop MDF C is really good too.
Agreed. There's a wormcoil larva.
Yes. It doesn't matter.
Nope.
Wormcoil larva, is where we're at here.
Yep. Another Pteramander is certainly not bad. It is a creature that can become modified later. We have a second Pteramander, a Transmigrant, though we don't have very many artifacts beyond that. We now have the Wormcoil Larva, the Refurbished Familiar, and I think that's it. There's a second Familiar. So, Familiar obviously getting even better when we have more of the 1-drop artifact creatures.
Yes.
So Pteramanders and Transmigrants doing good work here with the Familiar. So as far as this Felia, Emrakul's Messenger is nice.
Yes.
As far as this Felia, what are we looking to flicker out of this deck? Flickering Emperor of Bones
Visionary.
to reset the Adapt ability.
Yep.
Is fine. We can flicker Chthonian Nightmare just to build up energy stores. We can flicker a Glasswing Grace that was Felia can't flicker lands. Apologies.
Can move a Glasswing Grace.
Yeah, can move a Glasswing Grace from one place to another. We can flicker the Serum Visionary, as you mentioned. Flickering the Pigeon is obviously very, very good.
I like the 2/1 here over the second Transmigrant, by the way.
Yeah, so I agree, but it's close because we have the double Refurbished Familiar.
Yeah.
More 1-mana artifact creatures just makes it easier to cast the Familiar quicker. There's the Wither and Bloom Wheeling, which we're pretty happy about. So we have more playables than we need, but our mana isn't perfect. We just have the one landscape. Cut the Brain Surge.
You have the one landscape, but you have the 2 Glasswing Graces too, so you have 3 white sources.
That's another Esper landscape.
100%. So now you have 4 white sources.
Yes.
Without anything else, so you play a Plains, you have 5 white sources and you're fine.
Yeah, we even pick up this horrid Shadow Spinner so that we can loot away some cards that we can't cast if we have any problems. There's 2 Tempest Harvesters, both of which are very likely to get cut.
Yeah, most likely.
We're not playing the Shapeshifter. Tail end of the pack, just picking up the last little bit that we're going to throw away.
Now we get to see what Draftsmith wants us to do,
right?
And then we get to say, "Hey, no, Draftsmith, I'm not doing that. I'm
exactly.
going to do this."
Yeah, there's. Well, they do like Esper, which is nice. They want me to play Brain Surge and that 4-drop Elephant. They want me to cut the Tempest Harvesters, and they want me to cut the Triton Wavebreakers. And normally I would agree with the Triton Wavebreakers.
Yes.
But in this case in particular, I kind of like them for the fact that we have this Arnikennerud. Bestowing them and getting bodies off of it, and I don't actually really want to be playing the Brain Surge or the Guardian, if I'm being honest. The Guardian's okay, but I don't need more 4s. That's not what this deck is realistically going to do.
With the Sneaky Snackers, I can see the
Brain
Surge being a thing, and I agree with you and Draftsmith, I guess, in a way. The Triton Wave Crashers.
Draftsmith also, I think, wanted me to trim 2 lands, just period. Because it wants me to cut 2 Harvesters and 2 Wavebreakers. Right? Hang on. How many lands? Nope, that's even. Okay. 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. This is 17 lands as is.
Counting the Glasswing Graces, right?
Counting the Glasswing Graces. Yeah. So, again, this we talked about this before. In June, I think I was counting the modal dual-faced lands, modal dual-faced cards as lands a little more aggressively than I currently do in this draft format. In some cases, you can kind of one-for-one them.
Right.
When you're an aggressive deck where your land count doesn't matter quite as much. You know, we played that 15 land Boros deck with a couple modal dual-faced cards.
Right.
In this deck, where we're trying to, like, curve up to 5 and be able to double spell and have a 4-mana activated ability and everything, I think I should have at least one more land in this deck, personally. Also, Chthonian Nightmare, we want to be able to play multiple times in a turn.
Yeah, I think I like 17 lands plus the modal dual face cards, so that gives you like 19 mana sources.
19 mana sources, but what are you cutting at that point? Like, are you cutting these wave breakers?
Probably.
Yeah. Like I said, this is the first time I'm trying Arna Kennerud here, and like the idea of bestowing onto the Arna and going from there. I think that's where my head was at. Going to 5 and 5, like remember, going to 5 and 5 makes the corruption just way worse.
A little bit worse, yeah.
So we're gonna try this, and we're gonna see if I'm wrong. Like I said, I think something, at least like it, probably the corruption, if I'm being completely honest, should have been cut to play at least one more land. So
That's
then
fair.
we do the
Yeah.
modal dual-faced cards are equal to half a land each, right?
Right.
So if we play one extra land plus the 2 Glasswing Graces, then we
Right.
have
16 lands.
16 lands with
18
2.
mana
Yeah,
sources,
exactly.
yeah.
And the corruption is just like, see, we draw it and we have no swamps. Isn't that nice? That's good, right?
I've had that happen quite a bit actually with that card.
Yeah. I'm less than thrilled about this. The good news is we have the familiar on turn 3 because of the Transmigrant.
Yeah, and
So-
the familiar, in my playing with it, I don't know how much you have actually played with it.
This is one of my favorite cards in this set.
Okay, cool. I was gonna say it's actually kind of overperformed in my expectations. It's just the ability to get it back and you just draw cards, and in the blue-black decks, it's done really well. So
Double Gatekeeper is terrifying.
yeah.
Like,
And
okay,
if I recall correctly, we don't really have that much removal.
we've
We have,
got
like 2 Wither and Blooms and the Corruption.
2 Wither and Blooms, Corruption. I feel like we had more than that.
The Arna that just went to the bottom.
Yeah,
Why
so
Arna?
like the top of our deck was Arna and Island, and we didn't draw land drop for turn off the Serum Visionary. We don't want the 3rd Island, and so if we left Arna on top of the deck, we draw it, miss our land drop, and can't really do anything this turn.
It's true.
Fang
cast
Flames on the
Arna anyway.
Transmigrant is a little sad. Here's a second pigeon. So opponent is almost hellbent here. You know, they've cast some cards. We've gotten double pigeon out of them. They discard a Breathe Your Last. So they've discarded Skoa and Breathe Your Last, which are, you know, I'm not upset to see those cards go. Hey, you want to bet whether we discard this... why do we I guess we're a million miles away from casting that, but also this Consuming Corruption is terrible.
The Sneaky Snacker would have also been a good discard.
Yeah, but I can cast that one. Like, I'm limited on the cards I can cast. Oh, I guess we can Emperor of Bones back the Wormcoil Larva. That's probably...
True. Yeah.
Is probably a real thing why we were considering that.
I like double spelling here.
How are we double spelling? Oh, yeah, how are we double spelling?
Terminator
and Messenger? Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I think that's what you end up
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I tend to try to be mana efficient. That's probably terrible for me.
Yeah, it's scary. Definitely not good.
So much for getting them almost hellbent.
Right. At least they don't have anything like super big that can throw at your face.
Yeah. So, I'm used to seeing this card because I've drafted like a whole pile of Modern Horizons 3 at this point, right? Um, I in the cube on Arena,
Mm-hmm.
I keep getting Rakdos the Muscle confused for that card.
Okay.
Just every time. Like, I see it and they look so similar, my brain just doesn't handle it. Okay, well, we drew a fourth land, which is not terrible. We can't double spell, which is terrible.
Can't kill the 5/5.
Like, we
so
can,
that's-
it's just awkward. We block with the Serum Visionary and Wither and Bloom it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's it. That's what I got.
I meant you can't straight up kill it.
True.
You can do it within combat with trait, sure.
Yeah. There's also that second Molten Gatekeeper over there that's probably going to ruin my day.
Not having a second black source is
Oh, yeah,
sad,
no, we have
so-
lost this game horribly because of not drawing lands in general and black sources specifically. We continue to draw black cards without drawing black sources. Which, I mean, to be fair, we have more black cards than not.
This gatekeeper coming back probably spells death for you.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, so we're going to shoot a gatekeeper here to prevent some damage. Otherwise, the Ethereum deals 2 on ETB.
Yeah. I like getting rid of the one that wasn't unearthed.
No, they just unearth it again. And
That-
then it's still attacking this turn.
That's fair, I guess.
Yeah, I'm at 6, my guy. I have 1 blocker. Well, I have a blocker on the ground and
That's right.
something that trades with a familiar. Because it has to.
I would say you chose to attack, but they're also at
Yeah.
6, so I guess we were attempting to race.
Well, only sort of. Like, we didn't... What is my refurbished familiar going to block here? Like, I'm going to trade my refurbished familiar for their germ token so they can move the Dross Claw over. Like, and then we die to a Siege Smash regardless. So,
Yeah, it's fair.
our
Our
mana sucked. That game did not go well. It is what it is.
Jumping sometimes.
Yeah, that doesn't get me to win this
Then
game.
you don't have the
my hand
attackers,
is,
yeah.
my hand is not
Yeah.
set up to win via chumping. So, like, if our opponent doesn't have, like, trick plus double creature that turn, like, maybe we survive and we can potentially kill them.
Yeah, perhaps.
Like, Wither and Bloom, if we draw Black Source, Wither and Bloom, a +1/+1 counter somewhere, plus the Terramander if they're not, like, going for lethal and attacking with everything,
Right.
then I have 6 damage. So, like, I needed the Black Source. It had to happen, but it is what it is.
Yeah. This hand's a little bit better. The only card that
Oh, this hand's
can't
way
currently
better.
cast,
Like,
is
the only problem is
Triton
we're going to
Wave
flash in this
Crusher.
Felia, and they happen to have this Serum Visionary, which is... I don't want to flicker the Serum Visionary to get out of the way so I can attack with the Felia. So, like, I'm going to play this Felia and then just, like, be sad that I can't attack.
It's fair.
And then I draw Wither and Bloom and I get to attack.
Got there.
Only sort of. Like, I don't get to flicker anything, right?
Yeah. I think that's fun, though.
It is. So we're trying to figure... Yeah, so I was checking to see if I could play the Glasswing Grace and then flicker it with the Felia to put it on the
Right.
post-combat, but yeah, it can't target lands. Which makes sense, because you probably shouldn't be able to flicker your opponent's lands.
Or your own.
Yeah,
Like,
I can flicker mine. It's fine. So opponent has had double tune Serum Visionary, so we have to assume they have some number of sneaky snackers, right? Like,
there's one.
yeah, we found one. All right, we
There's
found
a
our
resource.
last color as well. So we now have 4 mana. Our Consuming Corruption deals 1 damage.
Hooray!
Woo.
I mean, it kills the sneaky snacker.
It does. Unfortunately, yeah. So if we play the familiar, they discard a card. We can attack with the Felia, but it trades with a Sneaky Snacker, but it also makes them discard another card.
Doesn't it just blink the Sneaky Snacker?
It could do that.
Okay.
Eh.
Alright. Fair enough.
My hand's good. We have another untapped source. We can Glasswing Grace onto the Felia here in a second. So we just wanted to not risk the Felia here.
Glasswing Grace on the Felia, then blinking the familiar is
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
that's the plan. Assuming opponent, taps mana.
Right.
We're not just doing that into 4 untapped mana.
Or probably
5.
2.
Uh,
Wither and Bloom
yeah,
is a
like
real card.
I understand that.
But to be fair, I think if they have a removal spell, they would probably use it on their turn instead of letting you untap.
Yeah,
Would be my guess.
maybe we'll see. They're attacking. That's fine.
Yeah.
That means they have something though. Like, I suppose, just like land Eviscerator's Insight, sacrifice the. Okay,
No,
just
there it
Breather
is.
West. Yeah,
Yep.
and like you said, they main phase it to play around me having anything to protect the dog.
Which
Makes perfect sense to me. So we have a couple options here. We actually have mana this game. We can Glasswing Grace just on the Refurbished Familiar if we want to, which is not terrible. A 4/3 flying lifelinker, not bad. The Consuming Corruption is not good, but can clear the Sneaky Snacker. We could also, if we had wanted to, bestowed the Triton Wavebreaker and then Consuming Corruption.
I was just about to say that,
But
you
like,
beat
I
me to
don't
it.
necessarily see a reason to do that.
I mean, extra 2 points of damage.
But we could leave up Wither and Bloom as well, right?
That's fair.
Like, just leave up Wither and Bloom. We're kind of vibing over here.
I suppose.
Like, if we know that we have this Glasswing Grace, and we know that we have Wavebreaker plus Kill Spell, plus the +1/+1 counter from the Wither and Bloom in our graveyard already.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just kind of like, if our opponent wants to attack us for 2 while we're attacking for 2, we're completely okay with this exchange right now.
Right.
There's a 3/3.
Mindless Conscription.
There's a dead 3/3, I think. Am I not killing it right now? I'm not killing it right now, apparently. Okay.
So now.
Oh, okay. No, so, like, I think I know why I didn't just kill it outright right away. I've got these 2 Spymaster Vaults,
Right.
and killing it when I have the ability to activate Spymaster Vault.
Okay.
Like, we can take a hit. Again, we know we have the Grace. We also have a lifelinking creature in play now.
Okay.
That's annoying.
With the lack of black mana, I don't know if
Lack of black mana. I have
yeah.
3 black mana.
Yeah, but like you can't.
I would like to kill that card.
You can't right now. You can't kill and activate.
Correct.
And like.
But I didn't necessarily want to kill the Snacker or the Conscription.
Right.
Or,
That's fair.
yeah, Conscription token. All right. So this doesn't do much. It just lets us get in for a point of damage. I don't know why I'm attacking with the Familiar here. Like, we get in the 1 point of damage with the lifelink. It's fine. Here's our own Sneaky Snacker. And, yeah. That's it. That's all I got.
That was just an attack all. Oh, wait. That thing did something. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I even read it. Like, I moused over it and read it when my opponent cast it. And then attacked into it anyway because, I, like all other Magic players, am the best at reading comprehension.
Fair enough.
So this play is basically just +1 damage, right? They, Eviscerator's Insight, the Snacker, they get it back, and they get a +3/+3 on the Amass. So it's just +1 damage.
That's fair.
Do I want this Dream Drinker Vampire anywhere near the top of my
I think
library?
you just put it on the bottom.
Yeah. I agree. I would like to dig towards more relevant cards, please. This swamp is not necessarily what I would call more relevant, but here we are.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Unfortunately, you don't have enough to bestow and grace this turn.
Yeah.
Which would be great.
Like, we do need to start gaining life. That much we know. The Sneaky Snacker potentially can be rebought at some point. And our opponent's opponent has no cards in hand. They do have a bunch of clues. And then they have 2 Transmigrettes in their graveyard, but that costs them 4 mana, right?
I like throwing out the Wave Crusher here as,
just
a chop
blocker.
blocker because it's lethal if you don't.
Yeah, well, also, if our opponent isn't paying attention, not that I expect that, but if they're not paying attention here, if they attack with both, they're just dead.
Sure. If you didn't have a blocker, you were just dead.
Sure.
So.
That's fair. If they had drawn a Wither and Bloom there, I was dead anyway.
So with 3 mana up, are we going for lethal? Or?
Like, they can't possibly have Wither and Bloom, right? Like, if they did, they would have killed me.
It's true, yeah.
Do I not realize that they can't possibly have a kill spell here?
I mean, you have a blocker just in case. Now you can double Wither and Bloom, counter, go for lethal. Or you can do
I can
this.
get back something from their...
Yeah.
Is this might be one of those times where I try to full control Emperor of Bones and it turns off full control. It's my favorite. I love that it does this. So, or this is... There's nothing in any graveyard that's really worth grabbing.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Serum Visionary would be enough?
Yeah, I mean... But, again, so is just double Wither and Blooming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lifelinker. Do it again. No. No me. Bad me. Oh, okay. So... Yeah, so I expect it to give me priority here.
You don't have enough mana. It's 3 mana.
It's not. It's 2. It's 2 mana. I promise.
Okay.
Anyway, it didn't give me priority.
Full control.
Yeah, so this was the first time I tried to use Emperor of Bones on Arena, and I expected it to give me priority before pushing me straight into Declare Attackers so that I could adapt and put the Felly into play,
right.
Which would have let me attack with the Felly, attack for lethal,
yeah.
And flicker the Emperor of Bones to reset it, and potentially have a chump blocker.
And this is...
That all would have been great.
Sure. It's like,
well, I do still have 2 mana up, which means
yeah.
I'm not dead to a kill spell either.
Right.
Because I can just move the... I can get the Felia into play as a chump blocker.
Right.
So, like, we're relatively okay here. Yeah. Opponent's off it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I know now about how the Arena client handles Emperor of Bones.
Yeah.
It does not automatically give you priority to adapt before Declare Attackers,
right.
Even after you go to combat.
Right.
So you have to be in full control mode.
Yeah.
If you put it into full control mode, exile a creature. Mm-hmm. While you're clicking through to exile the creature, it turns off full control mode.
Yeah.
So you still don't get priority to adapt before going to combat.
Nice.
So what you actually have to do is go into full control.
Yeah.
Target the creature to be exiled. Mm. It'll turn it off. You go back into full control so that you can adapt before you go to combat. I'm going to tell you that the number of times that I don't get to do the thing that I'm trying to do that is legal within the rules is more than I want it to be.
Yeah.
I know how this works. I know how the rules work. I know what I should be allowed to do, and making the Arena client do the thing was incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
So we got to keep double swamp with the corruption to deal 2 to something.
Hooray.
And then we haven't drawn a third land, so we're just going to sit here and fumble around with... They're going to Aether Spike my my third 1-drop.
Okay.
I'm pretty okay with that. I do need to draw lands.
If you draw an island, would be best case to get that Serum Visionary down, I suppose.
For sure.
But yeah, like the hand that you capped, you had what, triple 1-drop
Triple
and a
1-drop.
2-drop?
Yeah, and here, we still get to cast this Familiar because it's technically a 2-drop here.
Yeah.
Would have been a 1-drop.
Would have been.
Not that we could have done anything else because we still haven't drawn a land, but
Sure.
it is what it is. That Kite is really ruining my day. Like, I just can't. Bounce my Familiar. Bounce my... Okay.
Get out. It's never the correct play unless it's going for lethal.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. I can hope.
It's
a man
fair.
Can dream. That's not a land?
It's not a castable spell either,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah, we're doing good. Yeah.
Now we definitely need
Shuffler
a land.
Truthers, where you at?
Definitely need a land. That's
Clearly Arena is rigged.
Right? Do we jump here or do we just take it?
Oh, we for sure jump.
Okay. It was only 5. So
it was
I
only
wasn't
5,
sure.
but like it's a transmigrant that theoretically comes back if I ever draw a land. So we attack with the vampire here, right? If they block, we adapt. If they don't block, we don't adapt. They have mana up, but like if they have kill spells, they have kill spells. What the fuck else am I doing?
That's fair. I like just attacking with the Terramender and like not
letting them
with
trade?
anything else. That way you can block the 3/5 on the way back and then eat it with the Wither and Bloom. You have a Wither and Bloom in hand, right?
They move the Mandibular Kite over if I attack with the Terramander. They just trade with the Germ.
Sure.
All right. Now they're going to trade with the 2/1. We adapt. They kill my thing.
Okay, so
We
they had
trade,
a removal
get in
spell
for
anyway,
one.
so
Yeah.
my play wouldn't have worked anyway.
Yeah. There's the Kite. In for 6. We'll draw a third land eventually. Now is not that time. We should have... Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, in for 1 first. Show him who's boss. Okay, can I draw a land, please? Please, Arena Client?
Need your 2 lands.
Yippee.
What, you wanted a land?
I did. I did want to land. Anyway, I'm at 5.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can come back from this.
You'll be fine.
Uh-huh. Hey, that card doesn't brick me this time.
It's true. You have no attackers. Good job, buddy. You
We
did
found
it.
another land. All right, here's this thing, I guess.
Keeps you alive.
Yeah, I know.
It's not great.
Nope. I mean, we have the Wither and Bloom, so, like, technically this thing also keeps me alive.
It's true.
And then we Wither and Bloom the 3/3.
Yeah.
Chump block. So this game, yeah, like, we're dying to mana issues, right?
Yeah.
Like, the game where we actually drew our mana, we were able to play the game, stabilize a board, win
Weird.
the game. And then, yeah, the first game, we Island Glasswing Grace, so we could cast most of the spells in our deck.
Right.
We drew the Corruption, which was terrible. It is what it is. And then this game, we kept triple black 1-drop Corruption with Swamp, and spent, what, opponent has 6 lands in play, and yeah.
Love this.
Yeah, this is good.
The second island was clawed.
It sure was. So yeah, now we get to make a spawn token, which means we get to block this Depth Defiler without losing a real card.
Well,
We no longer get to make a spawn token.
you also no longer get to block the Depth Defiler because
they're
they're
gonna
just
give it
gonna
flying?
Yeah.
Alright, so I kind of need this Glasswing Grace, right?
Yes.
And I'm reasonably happy to have the Emperor because it gives me blocker potentially.
Yes.
Yeah, remember that thing can be used
Man's bad.
defensively.
What thing can be used defensively?
Emperor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
you can exile a thing during combat, and then when your opponent goes to combat, put in something to block with.
Yep.
So they have a flyer in their graveyard. I have flyers in my graveyard. So we will be able to chump block with that Emperor, with the thing that we get off of the Emperor, assuming we don't just die this turn. And there's no guarantee that we don't just die, right?
Right.
Okay,
Weird.
that's bold.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, like, Glasswing Grace gets beat by a kill spell immediately, so does Emperor of Bones. I also am not sure why that order makes the most sense. We can also chump block here since they didn't put the kite on it.
I think we just take it.
Nah, if opponent's not putting the kite on, we're keeping our life total as high as we can.
Okay.
Because now,
I mean, that's fair.
Now, no matter what, we're not dead this turn unless opponent does more.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I just need time, right? Like, we've got our mana now. We know that we've got reasonable spells on top of our deck. We've got the Insight, the Transmigrant in our graveyard. So, like, we've got real plays.
Yeah, you can Emperor Bones and bring back Transmigrant this turn. So that's
something.
That's a thing that you can do.
Yeah. Also, we can... Remember, we have the Wither and Bloom so that we can get another body off the Emperor at some point.
Could also just Wormcoil Lava this turn.
We could... and we know
terrible?
we have the Glasswing Grace on top of our deck, too. Like, not that we need the lifelink from it,
Right.
but we do need the flying.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's trying to leave up this white source. I really don't care about this white source at all.
I don't think it really matters. As long as you have a black source. Open.
Yeah. So, here's the Emperor. We go to combat. We trigger this thing, and we get to steal a thing, which is going to be this stupid flyer. Could also be the lifelinker in our graveyard, or the refurbished familiar too, for that matter. I think I just want the flyer, just to make sure we're not dead.
I like the refurbished familiar.
Like, literally right now?
Or just in general, because it comes in, it's a flyer. It comes in and it makes them discard a card.
Sure.
So.
Alright, so they get 2 soldiers,
Okay.
which is okay-ish.
Okay-ish.
Yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
So we can block a soldier on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
If they try to put the Mandibular Kite onto a soldier, then we can trade their Emrakul's Messenger with the kited up soldier.
Right.
Still block 1 on the ground. If we're adapting, we can actually just block the Depth Defiler as well. Okay, so they're kiting up the Mandibular Kite. Or, I'm sorry, the Depth Defiler.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. So now my options are... I can't just let them... I can't just let combat happen if they attack with everything. For obvious reasons.
Right.
So what we can do here is activate... Chump block and block a...
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Second Thraben Charm. Or maybe the first one because they shuffled it back.
Yeah.
Anyway, we weren't winning. They had another
It's true.
kill spell. We were dying no matter what.
Yep.
Yeah, so this draft has been frustrating.
Well, as you mentioned, both of the games that we have lost we've kind of had like mana issues.
Yeah.
So like it just goes to show you when you can cast your spells that the deck's actually fine, right? Like unfortunately, there's been times where you haven't been able to actually cast your spells.
Yeah, it just... I don't know.
This hand seems great. You
yeah.
have Messenger with Snacker and Insight.
Yeah.
So, like 3 lands, a removal spell, 2 threats.
Flying threats.
Like, it's
Yeah.
seems real good.
I agree.
So, as long as we continue to draw spells and lands, we'll be
that's
good.
a good spell.
That is a good spell. Almost forgot that we had that in the deck.
Because we haven't drawn it.
Yep, haven't seen it. I like just killing the 1/2 that I know.
It's fair.
But we got a snacker.
Getting niced on a snacker? Yeah. We're just... Nope. I don't need your sass, opponent.
I love that Quake mute.
Like, I don't even know what... I don't know. I leave the emotes on, like, in general, because if somebody says hello, I'm going to say hello. If after a long game, somebody says good game, I'm going to say good game.
Right.
I'll even initiate a good game if my opponent is about to kill me, but it was, in fact, a good long game, right? Getting niced just for making, like, a generic turn 2 play feels weird. So you had mentioned that you liked killing off a Dryad. I like killing a Dryad when my opponent didn't do anything with 3 mana.
Yes.
And just played another Dryad.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise, I like developing my own board.
Yeah, that's fair.
I bet you they're saying nice or something.
Yeah. We'll never know.
It's true. I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. No more trolling. So next turn, we get to go attack for 2, Messenger, Eviscerator's Inside away the Snacker, make a spawn, get the Snacker back.
Yes.
That all sounds pretty good to me. Attack for 2. Okay, good. Good job, me. Immediately play this thing. No. Okay. All right. Whew.
Past you scared us.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So here we are.
Make a spawn, get back Snacker.
Yeah.
Things are good.
Draw
got our
2
white
more
source.
lands.
Yeah.
Yes, one of them is a white source, which is relevant because we have the Arna Kennerud in our hand. So we do need the white source. That said, we drew a bunch of lands.
Yeah.
So this game we're doing the opposite of last game, where we're starting to have more mana than we really want.
Yeah, I think it's fine though.
We haven't really drawn spells, right? Like the Insight and the Wither and Bloom were both in our opening hand. So we've drawn Nightmare, Kennerud, land.
Yeah.
So we've drawn 2 spells and 4 lands.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's starting to get to the territory where I'm like, okay, all right. We don't need to overcompensate for last game.
Right.
And I haven't had a very good run, which means things like this can start to feel more tilting
Right.
than they are in general. Opponent over there missing land drops, probably tilting off in the other direction.
Right.
So, getting to sacrifice a bunch of things to this Hunger Tide Rises with a Marionette Apprentice is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep booping
I wonder
with
if
these
they're
flyers.
gonna go get a land.
Wait, what?
Can you get a land with the Hunger Tide Rises? Or
No,
is it just a
it's
creature?
creatures.
Okay.
They're attacking.
There's something that you can go get lands with. I just don't remember what it is.
I feel like I should have traded with the Dryad. Just
With the Messenger?
Yeah, just put the Messenger in front of the Dryad. Like, they're attacking there.
Yeah,
that
that's
feels
fair.
like I should just trade off with the Messenger.
I think they're attacking because...
Because they're frustrated.
Yeah.
I agree that is probably true, but we have a Chthonian Nightmare in our hand already.
Yeah, it's fair.
Like, we should have just traded off with their land, basically, right?
Yes.
Trade off with their City of Brass.
Yeah.
Like, too late. I didn't. But I'm just saying, I think that was the better play.
Landscape into vampire, right?
Like,
is that what we're doing?
Nah, we're just gonna do this
We're
again.
not even gonna get the white source.
Not yet.
To play the Arna.
Hey, we drew the white source.
Fair. Okay. Five.
We have enough mana to go Arna
Yeah.
plus Triton Wavecrasher if we want to.
Or Arna plus put a +1/+1 counter on something in attack,
Yeah,
which is what I was looking at.
sure.
But the wave crasher.
It's a similar
the
thing,
same
right? Yeah, it's +1/+1 either way.
But you get to make 2 wave crashers at that point.
I would get to make an extra Wavecrasher, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so opponent's gonna pop off next turn with this Hunger Tide Rises. They can sacrifice a bunch of stuff. We're gonna get domed for a bunch, which is a little concerning.
They drew a land also.
They did draw land. They also can just attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like we're just kind of stuck taking a bunch, and then they sacrifice a bunch, and we take a bunch more. The Arna does have lifelink, notably.
Right.
So like, and so does the Vampire. So like, we can sort of afford to get hit a couple times,
Right.
but only sorta. Like again, they get to sacrifice as much of their board as they want, and then this Marionette Apprentice is gonna do not nice things to us.
As Marionette Apprentice tends to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I very much wish I had blocked their Dryad with my Messenger, like, 2 turns ago.
Yeah.
But we didn't, and here we are. So, play this turn is what? Plains, Arna Kennerud, and then...
Either Triton or Wither and Bloom. I
yeah.
think. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 mana.
Yeah.
5.
Triton Wavebreaker is 3 to bestow.
I thought it was 2.
It's 3 to bestow, I think.
Okay. I thought it was 2.
Alright, they're killing off the Messenger, which, honestly, that's probably best case for me.
Yeah, with the Nightmare, it's fine.
Well, with the Nightmare, it's fine. With the fact that they're using a kill spell and, like, the Arna feels safer, even. You know what I mean?
Keep blue mana up?
It depends on what I want to do. So, like, yeah, so just attack is okay. Like, now, if they're attacking into my Arna Kennerud, it has lifelink. So, yeah, we can either play the Vampire or we can play the Chthonian Nightmare and just get back the Messenger if we really wanted to.
Right.
But I like getting another lifelinker into play. It makes it less likely that I die here.
Fair enough.
Like, even if we can't adapt it, it's fine. We still block. We get 2 life out of it.
Yeah, and you can
We'd
get it
prefer not to put the Kennerud in combat if we can avoid it, but...
Yeah. You can block with the Vampire and then get it back with the Nightmare also, so...
So they got a 1-drop.
Okay.
I don't know...
A 1-drop
I'm
that
unclear. I guess...
can only block flyers.
Yeah, but, like, the Kennerud flies, the Snacker flies, and just putting the Wither and Bloom onto the Kennerud represented, what, 8 damage? They're at 10? If they don't put a flying blocker into play?
Right. Yeah, but they don't know that.
They do know that. That's all public information.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. They do know that.
Yeah. Like, the Wither and Bloom is in the graveyard. Put the counter on the Snacker or the Kennerud.
Right.
Attack. That's 8. So they're attacking with a bunch of stuff, which is mildly concerning.
It's like 2 things.
Yeah. I don't even think... I don't want to put the Kennerud in combat.
No, I think you just block with the Vampire or just take it.
No, we just take it. It's only 2. We're just taking 2. Because, like, if this is what they're doing, they've already gone for their, like, big sacrifice play. Here's a Shilgengar, which is another way to sacrifice a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And a bigger, dumber flying blocker.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we need
so
to...
big, dumb flying blocker.
You get rid of that thing.
We don't.
Okay.
Like, we don't have to, is all I mean. All right, we're going to bestow this. It is 2. You're right.
Yeah.
We're going to bestow this onto the Kennerud.
I like being right.
It's a 5/5 now.
It is a 5/5.
We're going to Wither and Bloom this counter onto this Arna Kennerud. Okay, we're going to do this first, I guess.
And then...
And only? Wait, did we play a land for turn?
I believe you did.
Okay. Oh, right, we get a prowess trigger. That's why we get to do this. Okay.
Spawn, get back the messenger?
No. All right. So I think this is where I learn a thing that I didn't know previously. So if I'm correct, I'm gonna go to combat with this Arna Kennerud.
Yeah.
And it's gonna trigger, and it's gonna make a copy of the Triton, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Okay. We understand that. I thought
Yeah.
it just made a copy of it, like bestowed,
Right.
which means I would have a 7/7.
Yeah.
It didn't,
Right.
and I don't.
Yeah.
And they could have traded with the Shill Gengar. Not that really matters, because I have this Chthonian Nightmare literally just vibing in play.
Yeah.
But what they do get to do is chump block and not allow me to gain life, which is awful.
Yeah, which is why I said we needed to kill the whatever the name of that sits is.
Sure.
Shogengar?
Yeah, I don't have a way of killing it, though, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what... Yeah, that was my point.
Yeah.
You're still in combat.
Yeah, I got it. So the good news is
There's good news?
well, we're at 9 and they don't have 9 creatures to sacrifice.
Okay, alright.
So yeah, I guess.
Fair enough.
I don't want any of these.
It's true.
Yeah. I probably want another thing
That
blocker
flies.
with the Chthonian Nightmare.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Alright. I'm not playing very well this draft, am I?
It could be tilt, like you thought the thing was going to do something, that it did something different than what you thought it was going to do.
Yeah.
And then you didn't get to gain the life that you wanted to gain.
Yeah.
So...
We had the game with the Emperor of Bones that just, even though I know how the rules work, the game didn't interface
Right.
in a way that let me do the thing. Yeah, we've had mana issues in 2 of our 4 games. In this game, we're a little flooded, but at least we have a bunch of stuff to do.
You're just dead.
Why am I just dead?
Right? Like, they sacrifice the creatures to make blood tokens, and then they sacrifice the blood tokens to kill you?
They need mana to sacrifice the blood
Yeah,
tokens.
it's only 1. They have 4?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I should be dead.
Yeah, if opponent figures it out, you should die this turn.
Well, that's less than ideal. Hey, they cast a creature.
They didn't figure it out.
That's pretty good.
I mean, it still does a damage to you.
Sure, but it costs them 2 damage.
It's true.
Now I'm not dead.
It's true. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I just realized that you were just dead because the apprentice triggers off of artifacts going to the graveyard as well, and blood tokens go to the graveyard.
True facts. Yeah, so now they're attacking, and I'm at 7, and they have a bunch of stuff, and that's terrifying. So we're going to block the Shill Gengar with the Sneaky Snacker. We're going to put this Vampire in front of something. Yeah, we're just going to block all of the damage.
Yeah,
we would like to take 0 combat damage, please.
Yeah, and if they
don't sacrifice that insect, then we get to gain 2 life, and then we're super not dead.
Right. Yeah, no, the blots are definitely better than not blocking.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to take the damage, you might as well at least trade with the creatures.
Yeah, and, again, my opponent also was showing signs of tilting, so this is just a not very well played game from either of us, I guess. Yeah. 5.
Yeah.
4.
Nope.
You want to trade with the Vampire?
Yep.
Yeah, so they let me trade with the vampire.
Yep.
So that's cool. So
back to 6.
Yep.
Now you get to attack with the Arna
Kennerud
on your
and kill
turn.
them. I mean, it doesn't literally kill them. It might literally kill them. Hold on, timeout.
6. It doesn't.
It does.
Does it?
I have 1, 2, up to 3 prowess triggers. So, okay, well, let's go 2 prowess triggers and a +1/+1 counter.
What are you triggering prowess off?
The Chthonian Nightmare.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because you get to bounce it back and replay it.
Yeah.
That made sense. Yeah, they figured it out way too late.
Yeah, so there's the extra blood token,
Yeah.
and it puts me to exactly 2.
Yeah.
So even after tapping the mana for the Accursed Marauder, they actually had lethal, but they let me block with the vampire.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we forgot that the Dryad taps for mana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so we play a Black Source. We could have played the Spymaster's Vault. It's very irrelevant. We put a +1/+1 counter on Arna Kennerud.
Yeah.
Because we need the lifelink either way. And then we turn this idiot token into a real creature. Probably 2. I think just 2. Yeah. 2.
3. You can get back to Visionary if you wanted to.
Yeah, sure. True.
Why not draw a card?
Yeah. That one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get to attack with this other one on the ground, and then they have to chump with the marionette, assuming we don't just kill them anyway. So 6, which becomes 7 on attacks. Which is... yeah, sure. Get this Terramander out of here. I don't actually need any of this.
Yeah, just put them both on the bottom.
I like the dog.
I know you do.
That's it. I don't think any of it matters. Like, it's Arna versus Shilgengar here. They already
Right.
wiped their own board and didn't kill me, and now
Yeah.
they're probably not going to have another chance.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, like neither one of us played particularly well here. So we get a prowess trigger up to 7. We get a prowess trigger there, so they have to chump block with the Marionette Apprentice. We get to rebuy. We're going to sacrifice the Visionary here to rebuy. What, the lifelinker, one of the flyers? I don't think it matters. Probably the flyer.
The messenger.
Yeah, just a flyer.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter which one, right? Sacrifice this thing, get back this thing. So we're up to 7, which attacks as 8. We play the Nightmare again, which goes to 8, which will attack as 9.
Which gets back the Visionary, which brings back a tapped Sneaky Snacker.
Yes, true. So, assuming we sacrifice, we should sacrifice the Messenger.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what you end up doing yet. We'll find out. But
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Well, it turns out our opponent concedes because they're
Yeah.
very dead. They're not literally dead. I don't have actual lethal right here.
No, but you're going to gain. You're gonna
gain
have to
9
chomp
life.
with the Marionette
And I'm gonna gain
Apprentice,
9.
and yeah, you're gonna gain enough to where they can't kill you on the crackback. So.
And have I can choose to have a flying blocker as well.
Right.
Instead of getting back the Serum Visionary,
Sure.
we can just get back the Sneaky Snacker,
Sure.
and then we have a flying blocker for the Shilgengar as well.
It's true.
All right, so I almost threw that game. My opponent did throw that game.
Yes.
Um,
Opponent definitely threw that game. You were just dead to their board.
yeah, didn't I punt like a couple turns ago where I should have done something else?
Probably. I think it was the turn where the Arna made a copy of
The bestow thing.
the Triton Wave Crasher, and
Yeah.
then like after that things went weird because it didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to.
Yeah. In any case, that was just a very poorly played game. Just point blank period. And again, tilt happens.
Yeah.
Like, I think I finally like kind of buckle in and like realize that I'm playing badly. I hope and play better, but we'll see. No promises. We're gonna go get a blue source, or I'm sorry, a black source.
Hopefully.
I have a white source. I don't need a second white source.
No,
Please don't get that plains.
Get the black source, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Good job, past you.
Yeah, we figured it out. We drew a Spy Master's Vault, which is a nice little reward. Not that it's like good right this second, but the card is just going to be able to put in work. Having double Spy Master's Vault with the Arna is really good. We just haven't had that come up yet.
Because of the connive to put the counters.
Yeah. Just making all of our creatures potentially modified creatures, and the Arna being able to go ballistic with it. Copy Crook copying a refurbished familiar. I guess I'm discarding one of these extra islands.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got it. We drew the plains.
Yeah.
That we almost searched for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you get
We get to double spell because our familiar costs... Yeah, let's just get this thing out of here while we're thinking about it. We manually tapped a not black source to make sure that Arena auto tapper didn't pick us up somehow. I think we were okay because we had 3 black sources, but nonetheless, I don't trust Arena auto tapper worth anything.
Right. I almost like killing the copy crook there because of the connive, but I guess you get to trade either way, so it doesn't really matter.
I do.
And probably should, right?
I think so. Yeah, the only thing that I wish here is that I had access to the Spy Master's Vault.
Mm-hmm. But you got the double spell. So
yeah, I got to double spell. I got to clear...
and they're empty-handed now?
Yeah, I got to clear the thing that potentially gives all their stuff lifelink.
Right.
Like, the Gargoyle obviously can too, but it costs some energy. The other thing, just like, for free, is going to go nuts with that Copy Crook. We drew another land, which is the opposite of what we're looking for.
Yeah, definitely not ideal.
Opponent has all flying creatures, which is also terrible for us.
I like putting a Wave Crasher on the Transmigrant and attacking.
Yeah.
Something's gonna die. You'll get to trigger your Spy Master's Vault.
Yeah. I just want to filter through lands, if I'm being honest. So I'm not even going to get +1/+1 counters, theoretically.
Right, yeah, no, that's fine. I think...
All right, well, I almost agree with you.
Yeah, I would have not put it on the flyer, but, you know.
That's fair.
Because now what, like...
I can put the counter on it, and now I can attack, and if they want to block, they have to trade both of their flyers for it.
Yeah, but now you can't activate the Spy Master's Vault.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh.
Like, if they're trading off both of their flyers for my familiar here...
That's fair.
I don't need to use the Spy Master's Vault in that case.
That's fair.
Like, this is 4 damage for 4 damage, right?
Yeah.
They can be burning energy to
like currently they're winning the race.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
But like all my cards become way better at this point, except for more islands.
Yeah. So now we don't attack.
Yeah.
Right?
Now we're just in with this stupid thing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. It's not blocking anything, and now we have a 4/3 holding off a bunch of 2-power idiots.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
If they want to attack, we get to connive. If they don't, then whatever. We can. I'm still attacking with this Transmigrant, by the way.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, or we draw a good spell. Drawing a good spell is way better. Now we attack with the familiar.
Sure.
Now they're kind of...
Yeah, because that...
Yeah, we get...
it makes
it makes a guy, and it's a 5/4.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Words and stuff are hard to say.
Yeah. So, like, I think my opponent is kind of priced into blocking here, which means they have less blockers for the Kennerud.
Yeah, the thing is, do they chump or do they trade? Like, okay.
I mean, if you don't trade, it gets out of hand, right?
I like
it
this
attacks.
for sure. Yeah.
Next turn it attacks, and it becomes a 7/6.
Right.
If they chump. Or just do nothing, right? They can not block if they want to. So the Henge predictably whiffing, like it does every time I've seen it activated.
I've never actually seen it activated. This is the first time, so...
Don't worry, get used to that.
Yeah,
it happens all the time.
Enough.
They get to make their thing an angel.
Oh, they have... Okay.
Yeah,
They
cares?
have plenty of energy.
Who cares?
Right. I was just, like, the attack looked weird to me. And then I realized that they had the energy, because it's like, why? Why would you do that?
I don't know why you would do that anyway, because this Kennerud is about to go ballistic, right?
I mean...
We just attack with everything. I think.
Don't have any... No.
I would attack with everything. Current me would attack with everything.
But this is you.
Yeah. Current me would attack with everything. What are they going to do? They're going to block one of my 1/1s with a Guide of Souls? Sure.
Solar Transformer was a good draw. Gives them the
three
three
energy to make another thing an angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do need a way to get some counters on this Kennerud.
Yeah.
But even barring that, like, we're gaining 4 a turn, so we're only actually taking 3, sort of.
Yeah.
Ow, ow. So we go to 9 next turn, which means we're not dead. Opponent, that's a lifelinker.
Yeah.
So now we definitely attack all, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right?
Like, they're not going to have a haste
Yeah.
creature, right? Like, out of blue-white, there's no haste creatures.
Yeah.
So attack all.
Yep,
We gain 4. Oh,
Nice.
this is great for us.
Yeah.
We don't... yeah, we do. We can still do
We get to connive, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
That's still a creature dying. That's all I care about.
Right.
I get to
And they
connive
found
now.
something.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I can connive now if I
Yeah.
want to before damage.
Yeah. You don't.
I don't. But I could have.
You could have.
Ward discard a card is still real on the Kennerud.
Yeah.
So it's not like they can tap down my thing.
Yeah, like
we're
putting
putting
it
this on the...
Yep.
Yeah.
Wasn't a counter, but either way. If there would have been a counter, it would have been on the lifelinker there.
Well, I mean, Kennerud is also a lifelinker.
Right.
But yes, the Horrid Shadow Spinner is about to let me fly through my deck and get rid of all these lands that don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So, Battle Wagon with no energy, they can tap to make 2 energy, which isn't enough to put more counters. We were dead to another energy source.
Yeah.
If they could have made 3 energy this turn, they get to activate the Guide of Souls again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, another like close game because we couldn't find counters to put on our Kennerud.
No.
A little awkward, but
They attack. And
They attack and then die.
realize that.
well, I mean, what
They
are they
left-
going to do? Not
yeah.
attack? Like they're dead either way, right? Like if they're blocking with their Guide of Souls and stuff, they're going to die.
It's fair.
That's it.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, no, because they only get lifelink on attacks, right? So they couldn't
yes.
make energy and then give something lifelink on blocks.
Correct.
Yeah, so yeah, they were just dead.
Yeah, they theoretically could have made 2 energy and given lifelink to their 4/4.
Sounds interesting.
This hand at least has all my colors.
It does. It's just slow.
Yeah. My
Getting
like
your
it's not like
colors,
my
like-
deck is fast, right?
It's true.
We can go white source, Felia on turn 2, fix my mana on turn 3.
Yeah, you can have all 3 colors on turn 3.
Yeah, like that's just probably what this is. Like this hand is fine though. Felia being able to Felia has a good flicker target in the familiar in my opening hand. There's the white source, so now we get to go find a blue source on turn 1.
Black source, right?
No, we have the Spymaster's Vault already, and we have another landscape. Like, we don't have a turn 3 play at the moment anyway. We just find the blue source here. We play the plains on turn 2.
Sure, okay.
Yeah.
And then have the
And play the Felia.
vault on tapped. I guess.
Yeah, we can either have the vault tapped, or we can play the landscape. Okay, or we just get this and forego the blue mana for a while.
Yeah. That's
Which,
what
I
was
mean,
thinking.
either one is fine, to be perfectly honest. Like, the landscapes were very likely to find island and swamp, respectively.
Right. I think they still will.
Yeah,
but
they will.
Yeah. There's no reason, like, the wave crashers, like, whatever. Like,
Sure.
so, whoa. That's.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
not ideal for me. So I think I just offer this trade, right? Like, we Felia attack, flicker out one of the It That Heralds, and let them trade with the other one if they want to.
Yeah, maybe.
Or we do nothing, and
Yeah.
that's probably worse. Yeah, I don't like the way I'm playing this match at all. Like, just this deck in general. Offering the trade with the Felia, like...
Offer your trade was probably fine, yeah.
The 2 It That Heralds are just going to make spawn
3,
tokens
4,
ridiculous and hard to deal with.
5, 6.
We have a 4-drop and 2 5-drops in our hand. Like, we're going to crack this landscape, which is fine.
They can
we
cast
don't
a
have
7-drop if they play a land, can't they?
The Heralds made 7 drops, 1 less.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apologies.
No,
I
you're
didn't mean
okay.
to cut you off. I was just counting their mana.
Yeah, no, they have
And
infinite
it's
mana.
like they had 7 mana on turn 5.
Turn 4.
4, yeah. Sorry, on turn 4. If they played a land, but it looks like they missed a land drop. Anyway, my apologies.
No, I mean, I think that I'm very far behind and I should have tried to force something. Like, I'm not blocking, right? So we just
Right.
did the good old no attacks, no blocks,
No,
which
yeah.
is always the best way to win at Magic.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
So here we just kind of have to play our 4-drop, right? We play the Refurbished Familiar and hope for the best. I guess we can attack with the Felia, flicker the Void Craw, and if they want to trade with the Dryad, that's okay. We can just get 2 cards out of their hand, just throw away the Felia to get double Familiar.
Yeah. Which,
Like we have Emperor of Bones as well.
I don't know how I feel about throwing away the Felia to get 2 cards.
Me either,
But
but
I-
I think I'm about to do it.
But I do like the offering to trade for the Dryad.
Like I said, I think I should have attacked last turn and offered the trade for the
Oh,
It That
yeah.
Heralds the End, but I didn't, so, let's compound our mistakes. There's a third It That Heralds the End.
Gross. I would have played that last turn instead of playing the... Well, I guess they get to draw cards.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Alright. Bye,
Like,
Felia.
again, we have the Emperor, we get another card out of their hand. Like,
Yeah.
if we
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
like you think, that they have something massive in their hand,
Right.
then getting it in the graveyard so the Emperor of Bones can potentially grab it
Right.
also, like, is a real consideration. So there's a big dummy.
Mhm.
We can steal that now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't get the cast trigger, though.
There's a...
Another big dummy.
This game is going well.
Yeah.
We're fine. This is great.
I think
Everything's great.
The Breaker doesn't have Annihilator, does it? Or
No,
does
it,
Okay.
it has Annihilator 2.
Oh, okay. It does.
Yeah, anyway, we're going to play this Death Touching creature,
Right.
because we have to.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
Swamp Larva.
Probably. Hope to draw another land so the Kennerud can maybe try to take back over.
I don't even know if they attack with a Breaker, though.
I'm attacking with my Annihilator 2 creature. Yep.
Everything? Okay.
Yup.
Okay.
I would have attacked with the
In this
Void
case,
Craw
I
as well.
maybe just Swamp.
Really? I could see Familiar
Yeah, or Swamp Familiar. Yeah, Swamp Familiar.
and just
probably.
use the Wormcoil to trade off with as much stuff as possible.
Yeah, over the course of like a couple turns.
Yeah.
But I guess this way you have the
Well, we can
Emperor-
double block It That Heralds now, too, right? We Death Touch here,
okay,
and
yeah,
we can
and
double
then
block
lifelink,
and It That
yeah,
Heralds, which
Yeah.
both gains us life and shrinks their whole board.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't think of that prior. I was This
So
gives
now we're
you the
taking
ability.
1 and trading
yeah.
off with all their stuff, or a lot of their stuff.
Yeah.
So like we shrink by killing that 1/3/3. We're taking away 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 power.
Right. Yeah.
So like, yeah, we're behind, but we've dealt with their biggest threat. Wither and Bloom is nice because now that shrinks their board even further. Like we clear the It That Heralds the End again, and we're taking away 5 power, and we also get to play the Vampire.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yep. The good news is we've already dealt with the Breaker, and we got the Familiar to make them discard another 7-drop, so hopefully they're out of, like, gas.
Right.
Also, they're doing all this, and they've only drawn 3 lands.
Yeah.
Like, this is wild mana generation, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Alright, just attacking with the 3/2 makes sense, so we're going to clear the It That Heralds the End so that they only get in for 2.
Right.
just makes the most sense to me.
Yep.
If they had attacked with like a spawn or something, then we get to block with the vampire. More mana.
Yeah.
So opponent is fully top decking, but
And
they
here
have
comes Arna.
nigh infinite mana. So yeah, now we're just
Arna,
like,
yep.
Arna, carry me home. We need you, baby.
Fingers crossed, Arna. Let's go.
Yeah. So for what it's worth, I think we should have attacked with the vampire there. They probably
sure.
just throw a spawn in front of it and sacrifice it.
Right.
But
And that's
even
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one less mana they have, or two less mana they have, thanks to the Path of Annihilation.
Right.
So I don't think like cutting them off mana as a whole is a real thing that we're going to be capable of doing. Like they just have too much, right?
Right.
But so we also have this Spymaster's Vault, which is going to be real important coming up with all these spawns.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a good point. It's not a bad draw
All
there.
right, so we know how this works now because we've seen how it works.
Right.
But we're making copies of things, which make sure that we're not getting just bricked on the ground completely. Yep. Put this counter here, and we're just going to start attacking with this flyer that gains me a lot of life and makes blockers.
Yeah.
Right?
I like making a free blocker every turn. Yeah.
Yeah,
seems
free
good.
blocker plus lifelink every turn, and we're no longer in danger of dying to something. At this point, they've already gone through 3 It That Heralds the End.
Mm-hmm.
They have whatever color mana they want, so as far as I'm concerned, they have Vanguard's Titan somewhere in their deck.
Sure. To be fair, that card would
Not
you.
kill me. It would not kill me. It doesn't have haste.
Yeah.
It doesn't have haste.
It's fair.
No,
Wouldn't
we're
kill
fine.
you this turn.
Yeah, I don't care about
You'd
any
be
other
dead
turn.
in like 2 turns.
No, I
maybe.
wouldn't. Arna doubles, baby.
That's true.
We're not dying. We're not dying at all.
Doubles, not
Doubles.
just plus ones.
Correct.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
That's adorable.
That's
Springheart and
kinda gross.
Tuku to make chump blocking flyers every turn.
Yeah.
So opponent's also not dying anytime soon.
Again, I like free blockers.
Yeah, no kidding. I like this attack by opponent.
Yeah,
Like, what am I going to do about it?
100%,
Nothing,
yeah.
right? Like, this is just helping mitigate all the life gain. If they find a way through this Arna at some point, then this helps. So, like I said, I think we should be getting in with our Dream Drinker Vampire because
Yeah, now for sure we should adapt. Right?
I don't even care if I adapt first. Like, that doesn't matter. Oh, no, it does matter because Arna. Never mind. I definitely adapt first. Sorry, I'm used to normal Dream Drinker Vampire.
Yeah.
This is better. Opponent has 2 cards in hand and what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana.
Yeah, a lot of mana.
8 mana.
I don't know.
Anyway,
It's a lot. It's more than 8.
no,
They can
it's-
sack the spawns too.
I know. I counted that.
Oh, you
They can
counted
only
that?
tap 2 of them.
Oh, you're talking about right now.
Yes.
Okay.
No, not in general. In general,
Okay.
they have infinite mana.
Okay.
Anyway,
It's like I don't know.
so we're just trying to gain a lot of life, right? So they can just throw a spawn in front of the vampire to deny me 4 life.
Sure.
Which is fine. I guess they can't throw a spawn. They would have to throw 2. Which costs them 4 mana. It's got menace. We put counters on it this turn.
Yeah.
So no blocks here, which means we're gaining 13. And they
Yeah, it's
didn't
pretty
e-
good.
Yeah. They could have put like the Dryad or something in front of the Triton Wavecrasher token. But then any what's the word? Any instant or sorcery triggers prowess and then
Yeah.
they lose their Dryad. I don't think they necessarily care about the Dryad,
Right.
but like
Yeah.
no reason to lose it. It is their No, they have a nesting grounds too. Never mind.
Yep.
They don't even need it as a colorless source.
They have
Draw a
plenty of
card,
spawns,
trigger this,
too.
make more
Like,
spawns.
They have all the colors that they ever need.
Oh yeah, no, their deck is
So-
going the F off. Hey, they found another 7-drop.
This one has reach, right?
No,
No. Okay.
No.
Why did I think that one had reach?
I don't know.
Oh, me either.
They have another flying blocker.
Okay.
They can't attack with the one with the Nantuku on it, though, because I have this Sneaky Snacker in play now.
It's true.
They don't want to get rid of that one.
Right.
They need specifically that one.
Right.
But what I know is I don't actually care about this Drowner of Truth, and I can attack into it without caring at all.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we can bestow another Wave Crasher.
Arna and the counter already on the vampire is dumb because when it attacks, it gets menace.
Yes.
Right? Because it doubles the counters. And
Yes.
So, yeah.
Correct.
Gross.
Yeah. I don't need to use this Wave Breaker.
But I want.
Yeah, but like it's kind of free.
Yeah.
We put it on the Snacker. Like
Sure.
they don't really want to be trading with the Snacker at any point.
No.
So put it on the Snacker, and we just have another free blocker.
Wait, we're thinking.
Yeah, we sure are. Oh, I'm in full control because I'm trying to figure out the Emperor of Bones thing. Because it didn't work last time, right? Yeah.
Right.
Submit one. Pay the mana that I put in my mana pool. Trigger Prowess. Which is really cute that all the tokens trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Again, we're in full control because we're going to get the Emperor of Bones thing right.
Right.
And by that I mean...
Yep.
Okay. All right. We're in full control. I want this Breaker of Creation, please.
Yeah.
Okay. And look, it turned off full control. Declare
sure
attackers?
Sure did.
Would you like to declare attackers? No. No, I want to activate my fucking Emperor of Bones. What do you mean all attack?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
And here's me freaking the F out
Yeah.
because I'm really upset about this.
Yeah.
Like, we tried to do it without full control. It didn't work. So we put it in full control,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason, it just turns it off when
Yeah.
you go into the menu where you're looking at your opponent's graveyard.
Yeah. That's weird.
Oh my god.
At
So-
least you noticed it and didn't attack with it. So that's good.
So frustrating. Anyway.
I mean, to be fair, they've got plenty of fodder for the.
Oh, yeah, the Annihilator doesn't even matter that much, but, like, it's the principle.
Yeah, no, I get it.
We're gaining so much life, at least.
So much life.
Yeah. They're trading off their Drowner and a token for this Vampire,
Sure.
which is completely fine.
Yeah.
This is a bunch of dead things.
Yeah, and you have Black Oak. You probably don't want to do that, though. You have no cards in hand.
So what? Mill X put some number of +1/+1 counters on a thing?
Yeah, that's fair. That Sneaky Snacker, maybe?
We also, yeah, like...
Yeah.
bunch of stuff dies. We go up to
42.
42 life and are... Yeah. I don't feel like I'm in danger anymore.
Are we activating it? Five
I'm
five
looking
things
at...
died?
Look at my deck real quick. Decide if we want to do this.
Okay, we decided not to. 5 things died. It would have been
Mill 5.
yeah.
Mill
Connive
5 put some number of +1/+1 counters on a thing.
Yeah.
Opponent's deck is going nuts, to be perfectly fair. We managed to not die to the very good start from our opponent,
Yeah.
and Arna Kennerud is taking over the game like Arna Kennerud is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you actually get to play your spells, though. This is what I was talking about. Like, this deck isn't bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's maybe not the best, but it's like when you can actually draw your lands and like play your spells, like you get to see what the deck is doing right now, and the deck is great.
Yeah, the deck does stuff. So we do get to adapt the Emperor of Bones during the end step because it's one of those sacrifice at the beginning of the next
Yeah.
end step triggers. So we get to adapt here. We're down to 39 to get the breaker into play before we do anything else. So now, we're going to get to...
Make a giant spaghetti monster.
Yeah, I would like some spaghetti, please, for dinner.
the funny thing is, Art is gonna double the finality counter. Not
true.
that matters, but it's just funny.
So we drew a Withering Bloom, which means we can clear this messenger that has the Spring Heart and Entuku on it. But, so, like, the only reason that we're considering doing this now is because we also get to put a +1/+1 counter somewhere and trigger all this prowess.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
And trigger prowess.
That's so many prowess. This is so cool. So many things are about to die. Alright, so we have officially cleared their source of infinite flying blockers.
Mm-hmm.
We get to put a counter on either the Snacker or just one of these random wave crashers. Probably just the Snacker, right?
I like it on the Snacker.
Yeah, just on a flyer. Just make another flyer that continues to get bigger. We get to exile another thing.
Yep.
Probably just one of these big dummies.
Yeah.
Like, it can be, it doesn't matter. Oh, I guess, no. Like, that makes the Breaker of Creation bigger this turn, which is funny. I guess I don't want to get one of the big things, because we're going to trigger this Kennerud here and pop it into play.
Right.
So getting one of the big ones doesn't do anything.
Right.
So just getting the one that randomly gives me +1/+1 on the Breaker of Creation is just whatever. Again, I don't think it matters. Like, they're sacrificing stuff to the Annihilator trigger. They go to blocks and they have to deal with all this nonsense. We have 22 power worth of lifelink.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we are well and truly ahead in this game. They get to trade off with my Emperor of Bones.
You get to eat your Emperor of Bones.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I just don't think that matters.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, not even a little bit. So many creatures are going to die.
Yeah, we don't have the black mana up to use our Spymaster's Vault this time, though.
No.
Shucks.
But I want to see how, like, at the end of this combat, I want to see what the number is on that Spymaster's Vault.
Oh, sure.
So many creatures are going to die. 3's already dead.
Yeah, it's already 3. It's very funny, because we Wither and Bloom something, and they sacrifice 2 to the Annihilator.
Yeah.
Alright, Spymaster's Vault, show me a number. 10. The answer is 10.
10 creatures died. So many. So many creatures. Actually, that go end of turn.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep.
2 more. No, they didn't die. They were exiled because
of the finality counters. Yes.
10 creatures dying, and then board still full of creatures.
Yeah, it's wild, right? But, like, so these Triton Wave Crashers have been, like, surprisingly valuable. I think if they were Dross Claws, we'd have won the game by now.
That's fair. Also, I think if they were any other bestow creature, they probably would have also been fine.
Yeah, but Dross Claws literally would have won the game by now.
Yeah.
Like, every new one, we get to attack with the Germ.
Right.
And then we just move it over after they chump block the Germ.
Yeah.
Or trade with the Germ or whatever. And they all would have been triggering every turn. We've attacked, like, 3 times. So Drossclaw, like, double Drossclaw would have had this many Drossclaws in play. And that's so much damage.
Yeah.
So, how big can that Writhing Chrysalis be? +5, +6? Yeah, I don't care.
And
Yep. Double these. Make more of these.
Don't care if the 1/1s die.
Oh, absolutely don't care if the 1/1s die. The Chrysalis, so they have a Chrysalis and they have the...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They have 6 tokens that they can sacrifice.
Yeah.
Block. Yep. Alright, so they want to trade the Writhing Chrysalis for the Sneaky Snacker. Or not trade, they want to try to eat the Sneaky Snacker with the Writhing Chrysalis, which is fine.
Yeah. I wonder if that'll work out for them.
Yeah, so I realized this as well. I also forgot how Connive worked for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We also are moderately concerned with decking ourselves by accident.
Fair enough. I don't know how many cards you have left.
Not enough that I want to just mill 6 or loot 6.
Okay.
But they got to do this one at a time.
It's true.
So we're going to let them do it one at a time. And as far as I'm concerned, they can get up to 8-9, right?
Sure.
So I want 2 +1/+1 counters on my thing.
So is this when you activate?
Yeah, because I think that just getting... Anyway, I'm going to hit a bunch of lands and be sad about it, is what's going to happen here.
You have at least one thing to
I have at least
discard.
one thing to discard. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm going to hit a bunch of lands and be sad about it.
Well, look, you played the match and you're spoiler alerts, man.
Yeah,
spoiler
Yep.
alerts.
Yep, I would like to point out that I'm stupid and play this incorrectly. I should have let them sacrifice at least one more thing.
Yeah.
Because if they want to sacrifice more in response, I'm also okay with that. But, like, by cutting them off in the middle, yeah. Land.
Oh.
I don't want to sacrifice this Genku, though. Or discard this Genku.
Sure.
So I think this is a trade instead of me just eating the thing.
Which is fine.
It's fine. This Genku is going to win the game. If the rest of my board doesn't by itself anyway. Are you familiar with Genku?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 4 mana activated ability to put a +1/+1 counter on my whole board.
Yeah.
Seems pretty good when I have 47 Triton tokens that are all going to double their +1/+1 counters when they attack.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what we got. Anyway, this is a trade.
Yeah, which is fine.
It's fine. I just, in my head, I was going to eat it, and then I
Right.
didn't, because reasons. Anyway, here's this thing. I'm at 91. Go.
Also, you didn't draw all lands.
That's true.
Lied to me.
Whatever. The Terramander's functionally a land.
I feel lied to.
Whatever. You'll be okay. And you were worried about spoilers.
Right?
Anyway, my opponent notably is also out of flying jump blockers at the moment.
Yeah.
So
Does that do anything?
they have a Death Toucher.
Oh.
So yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
Make a flyer.
Make a flying creature.
Taste 7.
No blocks. I mean, it is a free attack. It has vigilance, right?
Sure.
Yeah, the horrific assault on the Death Toucher. Like, opponent has to be like, oh my god, I can't believe it took me this long to find it.
Right.
With the Kennerud getting completely out of hand in the meantime.
Yeah.
I would like to activate this Genku, which is no longer as good as it was because the Kennerud isn't doubling the counters. We do have a Chthonian Nightmare somewhere in our deck,
Yeah.
which is worth noting. Yeah.
They're
Yep.
dead.
Yes, I did that math. I checked. I figured it out.
I was, yeah. I was listening, but I was also just
No, you're
counting.
good.
I was like, they have like 4 blockers. You have infinite daggers.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they're
It
just
turns
dead.
out Kennerud just making copies of this stupid
yeah.
thing was real good.
And then this team pump ability is just,
Crunch.
yeah.
Opponent's
See?
deck is insane.
Yeah.
If opponent doesn't trophy with that deck, I'm like legitimately sad for them.
But you also got to do the thing and play the spells. And
Yeah, my
like,
deck
your
got to
deck
do
is
the thing.
actually pretty
It was
good,
really
too.
cool. So we have 2 losses already. That puts us at 4 wins. So we at least get our draft back.
Well, that's good.
Considering we've kind of played like a donkey for 3 of the games.
Yeah. Well, so not all of it.
I said 3.
Not all of it is
Yeah, yeah,
your
yeah.
fault. Some of it is
Some of it's
just
variance.
I
get it.
The lands and stuff.
I understand. Anyway, we're going to play this 1-drop on 1.
Yeah, into a 2-drop.
Into a 2-drop on 2.
Yeah, we're curving out. Let's go.
If they kill some stuff, we have this Chthonian Nightmare. Like we're just kind of
Dead.
vibing over here.
Heads Gold Slith all 2, just dead.
Like that's certainly not ideal.
How's it going?
So yeah, Boros aggro start. They're gonna pay energy so that our Transmigrant doesn't trade. I assume.
Yep.
Yep, they do, which means we're just gonna Wither and Bloom it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we just want them to pay the energy first, right? It means we don't get the chance to go look for our white source right now, but again, our white source is literally only for a couple cards.
Yeah.
We don't need it right away.
Don't even have a white card in hand, so
Correct.
it's fine.
Getting this familiar down feels fantastic. Just, force the card out of their hand right away.
And we don't care about that card at all, really.
We kind of care,
Do
right?
we?
Like, they pay the energy, and suddenly it's a 4/3.
Nah, you can, like, you have a Nightmare in hand, right? Like, you can just put out a Terramander and block.
Yeah.
And I think finding another black source is probably where we want to go with the...
It's either find another black source or double spell, right?
Yeah, I'm okay with the double spell, I guess.
Yeah. I think I could have attacked with the familiar there.
No,
They're not going to block. We have the nightmare. Like, we could have just
Oh.
attacked with the familiar.
no,
3/2, 2/1 into a 3/2.
yeah, but I like double blocking, like, on the way back.
We could have done that anyway.
Yeah, but then you're giving out the messenger.
I don't care about the messenger. I'm not drawing cards.
Okay.
Also,
Fair
stuff
enough.
in my graveyard is fine because of the nightmare, right?
Right.
So now the Skyclaw can get menace. Opponent has shown us the third color with the Is It Generatorium. It means they're also going to get to start drawing cards here because
Right.
of the Skyclaw plus Charge Bug. They'll be paying 5 energy,
Right.
or 4 energy, rather. Yeah. So now we kind of need to go find another
Black
source.
source,
I
yeah.
think.
We do.
Like, we can't double spell because our hand is all black cards.
Right.
So if we're priced into single spelling this turn, I think we need to set up next turn to be able to double spell. So we need the second black source here.
Vampire.
Probably Vampire. Emperor of Bones, exile the Skyclaw is also fine.
Yeah.
It sets up a turn next turn where we can try to use their Skyclaw to block.
Sure. Yeah.
Attack with the messenger. They're not going to trade, but if they want to, we're totally fine with that. We still have the double block with our Terramander plus Familiar, both of which
Right.
are okay going to the graveyard. In fact, we want the Familiar in the graveyard.
We
Now we
no
feel a
longer
little
have that
silly.
double
Yeah.
block, yeah.
I think we still... I think we throw the Terramander in the graveyard. Oh, no, we would have to double block either way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Now we're just sad. We take a
Is
bunch
this
of damage.
7 damage?
We can double block the Charge Bug. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, we double block anyway. Just don't take 1,000,000 damage. Like, that's how we lose this game, is just by taking 1,000,000 damage.
We could triple block the charge bug and kill it.
With what?
Never mind, the Terramander can't block but flying creatures. Never mind.
Correct.
Never mind, disregard.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
Don't want to
that's
give up
the
the
problem.
Emperor of the
Correct.
Bones, so...
All right. So
Another Familiar
this
is
isn't
fine.
bad. We can go Terramander Familiar,
Yeah.
or we can just do this, but I don't... Does this do anything? We can sacrifice the messenger to get back a...
No, the Transmogre. Sack the Transmogre.
Yes, I understand that, but that reduces my artifact count.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're having another game where we're struggling with our mana. Right?
Yep.
Um,
Which is the...
has been the downfall of this deck.
Right,
And
yeah.
it's not like... So we're playing the Glasswing Graces over real lands, but it's not like we're drawing those either.
Right.
So even if this was a
Yeah.
17 land deck, we're just not drawing.
Yeah, if you would have drawn a Glasswing Grace at any point, you would have just played it as a land and been fine with it.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, so we have no attacks here. We
no attacks,
we can
no
double block
activation.
the area auxiliary, I guess. Well, there's nothing to get back. I can't get back the familiar because it costs 4 and we only have 3 energy.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. And there's no other... you could have got back to the Transmigrant, I guess, but...
I could sacrifice the Transmigrant to get back a Terramander.
The Terramander, yeah, that's what I meant.
I don't
but
think
I guess
that
that doesn't really do
accomplishes
anything.
much. Yeah.
I mean, it lets you double block the Skyclaw,
Yes.
which
So
I guess you can already do.
Yeah. If they attack with the auxiliary, I think I should trade with it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, take the 5, trade with the auxiliary. If they don't, then I think we just Terramander in
Just
front of
take
it, or
5.
just take 5.
Yeah.
I think blocking with the Terramander is better, but whatever.
Hey,
All right,
look,
we
a
found the
land.
thing, which is immediately a land. So yeah, we get to go refurbish familiar
Yep.
here. They have to discard down. We have another flying blocker. At this point, I think it's definitely correct. They discarded suppression ray, which probably just kills us.
Yeah.
So that's probably not good for us if they're discarding that card.
Wonder if they have a second.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 5, 8, 10.
Yeah.
10's a lot. I can't attack. I have no attacks.
No.
So yeah, what am I getting back? I guess I'm
Like
trading this Transmigrant for a Terramander.
Yeah, like that's what I was gonna say. Like a minute ago, it was just like trading the ground blocker for a flying blocker.
Get rid of a thing. Doesn't really matter. No attacks.
Yep.
Have some blockers. I guess if there's something resembling good news, it's that the red modal dual-faced card says creatures without flying
can't block. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, like that's the closest thing to good news we have. Inspired Inventor is just a pile more energy. They get to give the Skyclaw Menace and +1/+1 again, which means a triple block doesn't clear it. It'll have 5 toughness.
Right.
So yeah, I forgot I have the messenger sitting off to the side. Yeah, okay. So at least opponent has no good attacks here.
So now we're drawing lands,
which is fine.
Fine.
Not great, but fine. We can turn a Terramander into a refurbished familiar and draw a card.
You can turn a Transmigrant into a refurbished familiar and draw a card. Is that what you meant to say?
No, I meant Terramander.
Oh, you have 6 mana, right?
I do. But I can draw a card with all my mana open.
Oh no, you only have 5 mana.
Sure. Either way, I want to draw a card with mana open.
Yeah.
Like that's the bit.
Well, just not getting rid of a flying block. Oh, I guess you get a flying blocker.
Exactly.
In the payoff.
And also that one can block things that aren't flying if I need to.
That's fair.
So, yeah, they have no cards in hand, so we're definitely just like, okay, well, we get to do the thing. We are actually dead to another suppression right now, right?
Yeah.
5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah. So we're actually dead to another suppression right at this point. So, do this, sack that, draw a card, which gives us another idiot and another mana, which is not terrible. We can sacrifice the spawn to the Nightmare to get back a thing, or we can sacrifice it as mana for to either replay the Nightmare.
Do we have another? We don't. Right. Okay. So say if we had another familiar, we could get back familiar and draw another card, but we don't.
Yeah. I think I should have just flip-flopped Terramanders there. Instead of... That's so gross.
Instead of the spawn?
No, instead of sacrificing the spawn, because the spawn would have let me either replay the Chthonian Nightmare or play out the Vampire. That said, opponent just drew 3 cards off their Royal Cartographer because the Izzet Genitorium is making them make a bajillion mana. Yeah. Or energy, I mean.
Yeah, well...
That's it. Like...
Royal...
Chthonian Nightmare is like doing its damnedest to keep us in this game.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there are many cards that opponent can draw that just kill us on the spot. And that's not really my idea of a good time.
And kind of looks like they're basically just Boros energy, like
Boros energy with some card advantage is what it looks like. Yeah,
Cartographer and the Genitorium.
So nothing really in my graveyard that's worth doing. One thing that we can do, like that's possible, is sacrificing the refurbished familiar to get back something smaller, to bank some energy, to replay the Nightmare, to get back the familiar, and just try to grind them out that way.
Yeah.
But like with that Royal Cartographer being able to draw as many cards as it does, and as quickly and easily as it does, that is a tall ask. Though we are up to, more mana now, so like
it's true.
Maybe.
Do we just like start adapting these Terramanders though?
It's certainly possible, but I think like trying to keep my opponent's hand in check accomplishes a similar goal. Like adapting the Terramanders, I don't think does much. Like, if we're gonna die, we're gonna die because our opponent makes it so that they attack for lethal all at once, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. We can, yeah, so again, we're on, like, we can sacrifice a thing. Okay, we have a life linking thing now, which is a little worthwhile. Like, it doesn't do anything literally right this minute, but it's okay.
Right.
I don't want to flip a familiar into a non-flying creature, given what my opponent's board looks like. So yeah, we're just, like, in the suppression ray waiting room, I guess.
Right. All hands on deck, like no cards in hand. Everything we have is on the table. You can see everything. It's all face up.
Exactly.
This is what I got.
Yeah, like, if we draw Kennerud before our opponent manages to, like, kill us, this is another draw 3. That Galvanic Discharge's Ancestral Recall kill your thing. Like,
1 mana.
That's what I said. Ancestral Recall kill your thing.
Yeah.
Kill your thing. Yep. Yep. They don't have 2 energy. They had to discard at random that time.
That's yay, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like,
so the good news is I don't actually care about any of this stuff.
The bad
none
news
of this
is you're
matters.
still just in the
Suppression ray waiting room.
yeah, suppression waiting room.
Yeah, like, they did discard 1, but considering the state of this board, I sure feel like there's probably another one in there somewhere. More mana is not, like, ideal, but it's not the worst. Like, the ability to loop the Nightmare multiple times is fine. We can sacrifice the Familiar to get back the Lifelinker, sacrifice the Terramander to get back the Familiar. We really are just kind of...
With them having 6 cards in hand, though, I don't know if you can, like, grind them out. Like, I
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like just, like, adapting the Transmigrants, maybe, or the Terramanders, and, like, see, like, trying to get into combat.
So
maybe?
much mana, though.
But it doesn't. You have, like, 3 others. Like,
Yeah.
it costs, like, 4 mana to adapt one.
Okay, that means I only get to, like, do one other thing. Adapt 1 Transmigrant and play Chthonian Nightmare once.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing you're just gonna, like, adapt
Yeah,
on their
I mean,
turn, because, like, nothing
clearly
happened
Past
anyway.
Me agrees with you, and we're adapting, because that's the only reason to pass with mana up. But, like, I don't like this line.
Adapt, make a Emperor, like, if you want to adapt the Emperor Bones and Terramander at the same time, you can.
Sure, but adapting the Emperor doesn't accomplish anything. It just puts an idiot into play
Well, I mean,
that then goes away at the end of turn.
if they attack, like, would be
Sure.
the only reason you
Yes.
would do that, right?
Correct. They drew 3 again.
Yeah. Yeah, they have 5 cards left.
Yeah.
So, Suppression Ray Waiting Room as...
That's
Oh,
pretty
that's
good,
just
too.
a Flage. Alright.
That's 2 Flages, is what that is.
Oh, yeah. Gross.
Like, yeah. Yep.
Just face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, adapting the Emperor doesn't do... Or, I'm sorry, not adapting. Flaging the Emperor doesn't do anything.
Oh, wait.
That's not a Flage. That means my Emperor gets to eat the Flage.
Yeah.
That feels strange. Why are we doing this? Okay.
I'm not
I'm
sure about it.
confused, too. Like, Past Me is like, wait, why didn't we just Flage again? Alright, what are we bouncing? Okay.
But, okay. I don't understand what's happening.
Me either. Do they have Wrath of the Skies in their deck? Like, what are we setting up? Wrath of the Skies for 2 would be bad for me.
Yeah. It's mana value, right?
Yeah. I keep the
I
familiars
mean, it
the
wouldn't
end.
be great for them either, right?
They keep the Auxiliary, the Skyclaw, the Inventor, and the Reliquary, and they can bounce something with the Reliquary before they do it.
Fair enough.
We have a 5/5,
Yeah.
and that's all we get to do.
Yeah.
This is why I don't love this this line.
I was thinking about doing it and attacking last turn, but you did.
Oh, God,
you did
no.
nothing. So
No, attack. We can't attack. We
Why?
die.
why?
I'm pretty sure we die.
You attack, and then if they kill it, you just like sack the sneaky snacker and
Oh,
get it
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Like,
No, I'm not
I don't
worried
know.
about my thing dying.
Like-
I don't care about that.
But like, I think you need to try to apply some pressure. Is
Yeah, maybe. What died this turn? Because clearly I get to activate the Spy Master's
the
Vault.
flage.
Oh, yeah. Bye, Philia.
Bye, puppy.
Hey,
Hey, that's an Orna.
we found the thing.
Yeah, which lets you double the counters on your Terramander. No.
Man, it's so good that I adapted that
Oh,
Terramander.
I don't know if it's good,
no, me
but you're at 10, like, they're at 20, they have
That thing's a 9/9 when it attacks.
so many cards. You get to eat the Flage, though, so that's good.
Yes, I am 100% eating the Flage. I also get to adapt and put the Flage into play to shoot something.
It's true. Are you actually going to do that this turn, though?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just, like, that is a thing that
Yeah.
I can do. This leaves up 2 mana, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
it leaves up
Kennerud-
Spy Master's Vault. Good job,
does.
Auto Tapper.
True. All right. So, opponent has 1,000,000 cards in their hand, so
Yeah.
presumably this Kennerud is not long for this world.
Yeah.
I would like to eat that Flage, please,
Yes.
since opponent chose not to put it into play.
What else do we have counters on? We have a counter on a familiar and
it's,
the Terramander.
it's just the
so-
Terramander, just
yeah.
in with this 9/9. I do think we should flip something into the lifelinking vampire. Probably the Terramander.
Sure. The Terramander that's already adapted.
I'm getting Felia. Why am I getting Felia?
Oh.
Okay, I think it should be the lifelinker, but Felia is cool. I do really like the pupper.
No, not the
Yeah.
not the one on Blots.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want to get rid of the 9/9. The 9/9 is my pressure, right?
That's fair. But
Like, that thing's going to turn into... That thing gets +8 counters if it attacks next
Oh
turn.
yeah, that's right, double.
Double.
Yep. I keep forgetting about double, okay?
Wild. Alright.
Normally things like that is just like +1 or something.
Okay,
It's not
so-
like double.
I mean, you're not wrong. 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 15, 16,
You get to kill the
17, 18. Oh,
Scurry up Gremlins. Does that kill you?
probably.
You get to kill the artillery or the cartographer right now.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to use their energy to draw 3.
That's fair. But like, it would give them 1 less energy if you killed the.
Yeah,
I don't
1
think that
less energy
matters.
might have mattered because they're at exactly 16. What if they just play it twice, though, because of this Essence Reliquary? So I said Suppression Ray Waiting Room.
Yeah.
This counts, right?
Yeah, maybe. 1,
I-
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 creatures.
I guess I shoot something.
Yeah. What do you shoot? The auxiliary?
I guess.
Gotta be the auxiliary.
Sure. Like, so I can adapt and get back anything, and either I get back a blocker, or I get back a thing that is a blocker by virtue of killing something, and gaining 3 life.
Yeah.
So, like, the Flage is still the best thing,
Yeah.
even though it's 1 less blocker.
Right.
This is 1,000,000,000 damage.
Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 attackers.
Yeah, so
26.
so much. It's so insane.
So
I gain
8.
4 life with Arna.
everything gets +8, +8.
This is fine, right? No, it's not +8 +8. It's +8 +0.
Right, whatever. +8. Sorry.
Yes.
Is what I meant to say.
Wait, how much energy did they have?
26.
So +6.
Okay. Yeah. +6.
That's so
Yeah.
much.
+6. So
Any 2 creatures that hit me kills me.
1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you have another creature? Yeah, 7. You have 7.
Yeah, but 2 of them have menace.
9. You get to gain 4 life.
2 creatures have menace.
Oh, you're just dead.
Charge Bug and probably the Skyclaw get menace. Yeah.
Yep. You're just dead.
Uh-huh.
Well, they were drawing to their outs
Uh-huh.
to just kill you in one turn, like you said.
Yeah.
And they found one.
Yeah.
Double scurry of gremlins in the same turn is just... They only had like 4 cards left.
Yep.
They think. Yep. Yeah.
So you remember how I said...
Like you're just like pointing at their stuff like, how, why?
I guess we start lining up blocks and see what happens.
Do I remember how you said what?
Something about not playing enough lands
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
And how we have like this Chthonian Nightmare that's trying to do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were trying.
Yeah.
We tried real hard to do the thing.
Yup.
Block, block. Good game.
Really, stop it. Pass priority. You don't have to do anything else. I hate you. Why? Why?
To show me that they still had all these.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Anyway, we died.
Yeah. Yeah, you were dead. But you could have saved some time and just, like, not blocked.
Maybe they were trying to get their dailies done. I'm nice
anyway,
like that.
A 4-3 with this deck wasn't bad. You probably could have, like, gotten 5 or 6 wins. Realistically, had, like, the variance been better.
But,
or
yeah.
maybe, as you said... Like,
we had 3 games where we stumbled on mana.
Yeah.
And we went 4-3, so we played 7 games. In 3 of them, we stumbled on mana.
Yeah.
In at least 2 of them, I just plain played badly.
So,
and then in this last one, there are many decisions that I would have made differently now, though I might have died anyway. But I do think that flickering the familiar more frequently
right.
would have been worthwhile. Even if opponent has 1,000,000 cards in hand, it still reduces their options. Right? Just by virtue of flickering the familiar in and out, reduces their options. Also, getting back the life-linking vampire instead of the Felia. I think we took 20 that turn.
Yeah.
We were at 13, go to 17, so we would have gone up to 19, so we still die.
Sure.
We're 1 short if we have the vampire instead of the Felia.
Yeah.
But like getting the lifelinker into play, I think would have mattered. There's also like maybe 1 or 2 points because we had Chthonian Nightmare the entire game where we could have been attacking with the vampire. Just as a lifelinker, just to get some extra life.
Right.
And then, maybe flicker the Terramander or the Transmigrant because we could have been rebuying the Transmigrant if we wanted to.
Right.
So, like, basically, we're paying 6 mana to gain some life, but our board kind of stays the same.
Right.
And I'm not saying that, like, wins or anything, but, like, there are decisions that we could have made differently. And, again, we could have been rebuying the familiars more frequently as well. Just limit their options a little bit.
Maybe just playing, like you had mentioned, 1 more land.
Yeah. If we had played 1 more land over...
maybe like a Wave Crasher, because...
Over a Wave Crasher,
that card, even though it did do cute things with Arna...
Well, we should have been playing it over the Consuming Corruption, right?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, we should have just played a land over the Consuming Corruption.
Yeah, that's fair.
But anyway... so yeah, 4-3, free draft, long video because some really long grindy games.
Yep. Chthonian
Esper,
Nightmare does that sometimes.
Chthonian Nightmare does that. Arna Kennerud, when you're coming from behind, just stalls the board
Right.
until it can try to take over,
Yeah.
which does mean your opponent has time to get some outs.
Horrific Assault.
Like Horrific Assault with a Death Toucher.
Yeah.
But anyway, Lewis, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Folks, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.